Google Classroom of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. How are you children? I hope all of you well at home. Today in this video we are going to discuss about properties of parallelogram. In last class we discussed what is a quadrilateral, what is angles and property of a quadrilateral, and what are the different types of quadrilateral. So listen, now we are going to discuss about parallelogram and its properties. Listen, the properties are given as theorems in your textbook. Okay? So we need to study some proofs of these results, these properties, and some problems based on these results. Okay? Let's watch the video carefully and attend the test paper. Let's watch. Theorem 1. Diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. Diagonal of a parallelogram divides it into two congruent triangles. Listen, ABCD is a parallelogram. Parallelogram means both pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. Here AB and CD are equal and parallel. AD and BC are equal and also parallel. ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay. Now AC is the diagonal. AC and BD are diagonal. So here AC is one of its diagonal. Listen, this diagonal divides the parallelogram into two triangles. What are the triangles? ABC and ADC. So congruent means we need to prove these triangles size and shape are same, or to prove these two triangles are congruent to each other by using our congruence rule. Listen, in the chapter triangles we learned SAS, ASA, AAS, RHS and SSS congruence rules. So using this congruence rule we need to prove ABC triangle and ADC triangle both are congruent to each other. So listen, let's consider these two triangles. Triangle ABC and triangle ADC. Okay. Now listen, in this triangle AB side and CD side. AB and CD are equal, isn't it? Yes. Now AB is parallel to DC. AB is parallel to DC. AB and DC are two parallel lines. Now listen the line AC. We learn, listen, two parallel lines cuts by a transversal, then alternate pairs of angle, corresponding pairs of angle. Angles lie on same side of the transversal. These angles so formed when a transversal cuts two parallel lines. See, this is alternate angles. These form of angles are alternate angles. These two are corresponding angles. These two angles are angles lie on same side of the transversal. So here AB and DC are parallel. AC is what? Transversal. Okay. AC is transversal. So we can consider alternate pairs of angles here. Listen. Angle BAC. What's the angle BAC? This one. Angle BAC. This is the angle. So corresponding to this angle, what is the alternate pair? This one. Okay. Angle DCA. So we can write angle BAC equal to angle DCA. What is the reason? Alternate angles. Alternate angles. And similarly, we can say, listen, these two sides BC and AD. BC and AD are equal at the same time parallel also. BC is parallel to AD. Again AC is transversal. Okay. AC is transversal. Again consider the alternate pair of angles. Let's see. Angle BCA. This angle. Angle BCA. Okay. Angle BCA. So this angle is equal to here. These two angles are alternate angles. So we can write angle, listen, BCA equal to, what is the angle in this triangle? Angle DAC. So consider these two angles. One of the angle is angle BAC equal to angle DCA. Second one is angle BCA equal to angle DAC. Now listen, in ABC and in ADC, in these two triangles, what about AC? AC side is common. So we can write AC equal to AC. That is the common side. Now listen, we have two alternate angles. Two angles and side. Now look at this triangle only, ABC. In triangle ABC, we consider these two angles. Okay, two angles and AC side. Now listen, this AC side is lies in between these two angles. Okay, so we have two angles and an included side. So what is the congruence relation? ASA. So by ASA congruence congruence rule, we can say triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Listen, while naming the congruency of triangles, you have to you should keep in mind that the ordering of sides or angles are same or not. Suppose you are writing ABC is congruent to just like ACD or ADC. In this congruency, just go through, listen, the angle BAC. What's the order here? BAC. In this order, this becomes DAC. Is it correct? No. So while naming the congruence relation of triangles, you should keep in mind that corresponding angles and corresponding parts are always equal. Okay. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. That's our result or property. Okay. These two triangles are congruent to each other. Theorem number 2. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Okay, in a parallelogram, we know that opposite sides are equal. So, from the theorem number 1, from the congruency of the given two triangles, by CP-CT rule, we can easily prove opposite sides are equal. Okay, let's see now. Theorem 3, if each pair of opposite sides of a quadrilateral is equal, then it is a parallelogram. Listen, we learned theorem 2. What is theorem 2? In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, isn't it? See here, theorem number 3 says, if opposite sides are equal, then it is a parallelogram. See the difference? It is the just converse of theorem number 2, isn't it? Yes. So we need to prove a quadrilateral is given with the condition opposite sides are equal. We need to prove this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So look at the figure ABCD. Now it's only a quadrilateral, not a parallelogram. Our aim is to prove this ABCD is a parallelogram. To prove ABCD is a parallelogram, we need to prove opposite sides are equal and parallel. Listen, in this statement, it is already given that opposite sides are equal. So, what are the opposite side? AB and DC. Okay, AB and DC. AD and BC. These are opposite sides. These are given. Okay. Now consider these two triangles ABC and ADC. In this triangle AC, the side AC is common to both these triangles. So AC equal to AC. So listen, three sides of triangle ABC are equal to three sides of triangle ADC. Therefore, by our SSS congruence rule, we can write, listen, we can write triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Okay, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. Now apply the result. A transversal, when a transversal cuts any two parallel lines, then the alternate angles so formed are equal. We know this result. What is its reverse, opposite or converse? If these two alternate angles are equal, then these two lines are parallel. Here we are going to apply this result. So from here, these two are congruent triangles. So definitely we can apply CPCT rule. What is CPCT rule? Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Listen, angle BAC. Corresponding to this angle, what is the angle here? BAC. What is it? DCA. Now look at the figure. BAC angle is this one. BAC, isn't it? Yes. Now DCA, this is the angle. Look at here. These two angles are, yes, alternate angles, isn't it? Yes. Now what about angle? Listen, from here, angle BCA. See the order, BCA. Correspond to this angle. This becomes BCA equal to angle DAC. Now look at the figure. What is angle BCA? BCA. This is the angle. Okay, BCA. Now what is DAC? DAC. This is the angle DAC. Again, these two angles are alternate angles. So, alternate angles are equal means, listen, these two lines are parallel and AC is transversal. Okay, when this line cuts these two lines, alternate angles are equal only when AB and DC are parallel. So, AB and DC are parallel. See the notation? Parallel. Read it as AB is parallel to DC. So AB is parallel to DC. AB and DC are equal. Therefore, ABCD, the quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay.